Before South Africa shut American chicken exports out of the market, the US was exporting between 55 and 60,000 metric tons of poultry a year. That amounts to an annual loss of some $60 million over the past 10 years, which is why, with US trade preferences for Africa up for renewal, US food producers are saying enough is enough.
We're in favor of development. We're in favor of a preference for Africa. However, in the case of South Africa has imposed special duties on our chicken going into South Africa.
At stake is a piece of legislation known as AGOA, the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, which is up for renewal in 2015. The law, passed by Congress in 2000, is effectively a one-way system of US trade preferences, allowing African countries to get a wide range of products onto the US market for free. African nations want to see those trade preferences made permanent, arguing they need more time to make their economies regionally integrated and globally competitive. Experts say it is an argument that holds water.
The whole idea is for preferences to be temporary while countries develop their capacity and become more developed and wealthier. So making the program permanent wouldn't guarantee that any particular country is going to have permanent benefits.
But the US business community insists a permanent extension of trade preferences would be foolish, warning Africa's biggest economies to think long and hard about the message they're sending to US investors if they continue to lock them out.
At the end of the day, these governments have to establish policies that want to entice people to invest there. So while AGOA is an aid for trade model, it is a trade tool at the end of the day, and trade works both ways.
Singling out economic heavyweights like South Africa will hurt regional integration, according to South African government officials here in Washington. But US food producers say that's South Africa's problem, arguing protectionism is not the answer.
We don't think there's a reciprocity on the part of South Africa, and we think that it's time that they lived up to their responsibilities as a trading country.
The US administration says it's keeping an open mind, believing the current system of trade preferences for African countries does need extending, but not without careful consideration. As Africa's strongest economy, South Africa is coming under mounting pressure to make its case ahead of a public hearing on Capitol Hill on January the 14th. And what US lawmakers will really want to know is, are the current trade preferences really serving as a development tool, or are countries like South Africa basically exploiting America's goodwill? Nina Maria Potts, CCTV in Washington.